Third graders, come on in here. Come on in. Are you a second grader? Get that kid out of here. Just third graders, right? Come on in. Come on in. All right. Hey, welcome to the Marshfield Police Department and your virtual tour. I'm Lieutenant Dennis Keffer, and this is the lobby of the police department. We're going to bring you around, show you what you would have seen if you would have come here on your own. But you didn't because you don't have school. That's kind of lame. A couple things to remember. I want you to each keep a little tally of how many points you get, okay? Because at the end you're going to have to be able to count your points. So get a pen and a paper so you can keep score of how many points you get, all right? So remember this. All right, come on in here. It's locked. We got to go all the way back to the squad room here. Thanks. Yeah. Come on. All right, come on. Wait, no, get. We're going back here. All right. To start off with, but no, that's the kid. You come with me. So it's just a hallway. So a lot of the police department is just offices and rooms or whatever that have desks and stuff, and so it's not that interesting. Kids, look, it's the assistant chief. That's what an assistant chief looks like.
How's it going, kids?
It's going good, I think. So to start off with, you'll notice that I've got extreme COVID hair. Haven't had a haircut in a long time. So give yourself 1 point if you got COVID hair also. All right, you get a bonus point for hair that just doesn't look right anymore. All right, this is the squad room. Take a look around. It's really not much. It's kind of a big room, but we meet here at the beginning of our shift, talk about things that are going on, and stuff. Police officers. Why do we have police officers? What do police officers do? Yeah, I'm talking to you. What do police officers do? In your mind, come up with a couple answers of things that police officers do. All right, so a lot of kids will say things like, well, we arrest bad guys, we stop speeders, we help people, we bring people to jail, whatever. You give yourself 1 point for every answer that you had for something that a police officer does, okay? Got that? You taking notes? Okay, good, thanks. So, police officers do a lot of things. The easiest way for me to explain it is that when you decide to live in a community, like Marshfield, a lot of times you have rules for that community that have to get followed. And it's our job as police officers to make sure that everyone's following the rules to stay safe. And that's some of the things we do. Now, what are some of the tools that we have to help enforce the law? Do you got a couple of them? Okay, well, what ones do you have? All right, yeah, those are good. I mean, you can see some of them are on me. You know, the squad car, we'll show you that in a little bit. But some of them are right on me, right? Because I got a whole bunch of gear that I got to carry. One of them is a bullet-resistant vest. If you could smell this thing. Here, smell that. Yeah, well, if you could smell it, you'd know that it's kind of stinky. Yeah, exactly. But this is kind of heavy. It weighs about 20 pounds. It carries a bunch of gear. I carry handcuffs, my radio, my body camera here. Got a badge. That's how you know I'm a police officer, and a patch. Then we got a duty belt with a gun for emergency situations, a taser. This one's kind of crazy, right? That's an electronic control device. We also carry pepper spray and things to help us control situations. A lot of times police officers get called to situations that are out of control, and our job is to help control them and to bring them back to normal. A lot of times police officers get called when someone is at their worst. They're very angry. They're very sad. So we don't a lot of times get called when everything's all happy and good. And again, sometimes we have to control those situations. So to do that, we've got a system where if you need someone, if you're in a bad situation, you can call. What's the number that you call if you need a police officer for help? Do you know it? Okay, if you said 911, you give yourself a point. And know that number then would, the go to the dispatch center, and the dispatcher would ask you where you're at and what your emergency is. It's also the number for fire emergencies or if you need an ambulance also, so that's the same number to call. And know that there's police officers working all the time. Come here. There's police officers working all the time. Day and night, there's always police officers working. So we have different shifts of police officers that work at different times. And here they are. So if we're working during the day, then there's another group that's working during the night. And when you're sleeping, there's police officers working, right? And then when these police officers have a day off, then these police officers are working. So there's always ones working. Let's see here. Oh, look at this guy. He's a pretty good-looking guy. Let's get a close-up of that one. Oh, yeah. I wonder if he knows any of the teachers. We also have investigators that help investigate bigger crimes, things that require a lot more in-depth work and investigation. We've got police and fire commissioners. They're city members that help us figure out what direction the police department should be going in. The chief and the assistant chief. We've got record specialists. We'll meet them in a minute. The ordnance officers. Do you guys know what the ordnance officers do? This is a two-pointer. Do you know? Well, the ordnance officers, they handle a lot of our parking enforcement and animal control things. So if there's a dog running around without its owner, there's people that go and help and grab it and make sure it's safe, so it's not going to go bite anybody or not get hit by a car or something crazy like that. So they help us with that. We also have a whole bunch of volunteers that help us out at parades and other things. So that's pretty much the squad room. That's what's going on here. Did you get a few points in this room? Okay, good. Let's see if we can find another officer to help us see what the rest of the department is like.
Oh, hey kids, I didn't see you there. Hi, I'm Officer Barris. I'm from, I work for the Marshfield Police Department. I'm the school resource officer for Marshfield High School, so I work with kids all the time. And I'm happy to go through this tour with you guys. So right now we're going to go through the booking section of the tour, and this is where all the people that get arrested come into. So I'll show you that right now. So far we got to go through this locked door here. Got to make sure that there's nobody in here. Is anyone in here? Anyone at all? Anybody in here? Hey, whoa, not so fast, not so fast. Got to make sure people aren't in here first. I know you want to see it, but just wait a second. All right. Anybody in here? Anyone? All right, we're good. Come on in. It's okay. All right, so first, when we bring people in here that are arrested, we usually come in through this way. And this is our special garage that we take people into. So first, somebody would drive into this garage with the arrested person. Okay, and when we do that, they come out. They're usually in handcuffs. And we would usually, or always, not usually, but always, it's very important to put all of our weapons in these lockers. Does anyone know why we put all these weapons in these lockers? If you know that, you get a point. Mainly, the lockers are for securing weapons so that in a booking area, the prisoners won't get a hold of those weapons or anything like that. And it's also a law that we can't have weapons in the booking area. It says no weapons beyond this door. So come on in. So once the arrested person comes on in here, we will walk around this corner here, and we would sit them on that silver stool there. Go ahead, have a seat. Go check it out. It's okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. It's okay. There's no COVID around here. It's okay. So you'd sit right there. I would come around here, and then we go through booking somebody in. So when we do that, we would take their fingerprints and their pictures. If you look behind you, actually, there's that gray background behind you. So if you'd stand in front of that, that's where we would take our pictures of you. So just like that, standing up, and the camera is in front of you is what takes the pictures. So while you're standing there, you go through all the pictures and everything, and then we would give you this. This is just a record that just shows you Marshfield Police Department and the date and everything. You'd hold that just like you see in those jail photos of people. They hold that for the pictures. So we do that. And then, once we're done with the pictures and everything, they would come on back here by me, and this is where we do fingerprints. So, our fingerprints are digital now. So does anyone know how fingerprints were taken before computers or before all any of that fancy stuff came around? If you know that, give yourself a point. So fingerprints before this, pretty dirty and everything, but were taken with ink before they were used before the computers were used. So we would do that. So for that, we would use a scanning technology here where you put your hands on it, scan your fingers, and this is what it looks like when you scan your fingerprints onto our computer. So each thumb, index, middle ring, little finger, everything's rolled onto the scanner, and then your four fingers are rolled or are slapped on here, as well as your thumbs, and then that is kept as a record. So that's what's put in. It's a lot easier than doing the ink fingerprints, so that's what we do there. So once we do that, if you got to stay here for a little bit, I'll take you over by the jail cells over here. These are our, come on, it's okay. Come on, it's okay. Don't be shy. I won't lock you in, I promise. So these are our jail cells here. You want to go ahead and take a walk in there? I promise I'm not going to lock them. It's all right. These are our jail cells. If we want to keep somebody in here for a little bit of time, not a long time, but just a little bit of time, we would keep them in here. So basically all they get is water and a toilet and a cot in case they got to sleep. And we have different things for food if they're here for like breakfast or lunch or dinner or anything like that. But this is where the person would stay for just a little bit. For long-term stays, we would drive them down to Wisconsin Rapids. So if you knew that, give yourself a point on where they would go for an extended point of time. So I'll close this up for you, show you where you're going. Ugh. This is what it would look like to be in a jail cell. So this is opening here is to give like food, like I said before, anything like that. So do you want to stay in there for a while? No? You want to come out? Okay, come on out. Okay. So there's multiple jail cells through here. We typically don't keep multiple people, but we just have a bunch of jail cells in case we need them. So that's our jail section. You think you'd want your teachers locked up in here, guys? Yeah? All right. Sounds good. So this is our booking section as a whole. There's not much else in here, but whenever somebody gets arrested for doing something they're not supposed to be doing, this is where we bring them. So this is like a shower, or if somebody is dirty or whatever, we have to decontaminate them, we just shower them off. And here is like our fingerprints, ink fingerprints section. So if you want to use ink, that's where we do ink. That's pretty much it. So thanks for touring, booking with me, and we'll find somebody else to go through the rest of the tour with you.
Oh, hey kids. Yeah, come on back. Yeah. So we're going to walk down the hallway here. Come on. Yeah. The ordnance office is here, and lo and behold, look, we've got one of our ordnance officers, Bob Larson, here. Bob, these are the third graders from the schools at the...
Hey! Hi, kids!
So I told them about your job. I told them about parking enforcement and animal enforcement. Is there anything that you want the third graders to know?
Oh, if you have pets, you should get them licensed, because if they run away for some sad reason, we can get them back to you.
All right. Get your pet license.
That's the best.
Give yourself a point for every dog or cat that you have licensed. All right?
Yes.
All right.
All the points in the world.
Yeah, we'll give it, well, not all the points. You only get a point for each pet, because then, don't just give away points, Bob. Jeez, come on, kids. Hey, we're going to walk through one of the report rooms here, too. These are where the officers do some of their reports, and so if they go on a call, most of the time they have to document what they did. You know, police officers have to be good at writing things down, so pay attention in English class, kids. So a lot of times that report writing will involve them typing in the report on the computer. Sometimes if it's a really big case, they dictate it. Hey, Officer Berg, can you show them the microphone that you talk into? So they talk into that, and the record specialist up front would record or would type out the report for them if it's real long. Come on, let's go look at the records department. Come on. But no, this way. This way. Here. Come on. Okay. So this is the records department, and all of these files contain reports that police officers have done. All right? This is just, part of 2019's reports. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's more than 10. There's about 12 files that just have reports for 1 year, for 2019. And they're different sizes. Some of them are pretty thick with lots of report writing, and some of them are real small, for like smaller type cases. Maybe it's just a traffic ticket or something along those lines. Ooh, this one's kind of thick, huh? Feel bad for that person. Let's see here. Let's come on up here where all the magic happens. Come on. Don't touch anything. Come on. So this is, like I said, the records area. These are two of our record specialists. That's Cindy Getz, Chris Stargart, and they're the ones, like I said, that help us with our reports and stuff and make sure that everything is in order. Sometimes if you're really good, no, come here. Hey, if you're really good, Chris has candy in her drawer. Let's. Where's your candy? Oh, hello. Yeah, here. You get to have that. There. Yeah. Thanks, Chris. She's on the phone though. She's doing work here. Let's go back out here. But no, come on. Don't touch the stuffed animals. We have those, a lot of times if there's, like I said at the beginning, we deal with people in a lot of traumatic situations, and so if we need to call them a small child or whatever, we'll have stuffed animals that we can give them. That's what those ones are for. So they're not for you today. You can have the candy though, so. All right, come on.
Oh, hey kids, you're back again, huh? How's your tour been so far? Good, I hope. Good. Well, this part, we're gonna go over what a squad car looks like. Have you ever been in a squad car before? No? All right, well, there's some really cool things in here, but just remember not to touch any buttons or anything like that. I'll show you everything, but some things, you might get ejected out of the seat or something like that. You never know. But I'll touch all the buttons, I'll show you what everything does, but we'll show you the squad car, okay? So first off, coming on inside here, this is our squad car, if you have a look inside there. So we have a computer in there, we have a rifle and a less lethal shotgun, we have our radar. Does anyone know what radar does? If you do, give yourself a point. A radar pretty much tells how fast somebody is going. So if we catch people for speeding, that's what we use. We have our lights here, so if we turn those on, our siren and everything like that. I can show you that, how the lights work. Let me just start the old car here. So go ahead and have a look. So if you stop somebody or pull somebody over, this is what they're looking at here. We have lights on the inside of this one, but some of them have lights on the outside of the cars. Pretty fancy, right? Hey, don't draw on there. I know, it probably needs a wash, but I just started today, so I'll make sure I wash it some other time.
I have a Michelle, cut her on the line.
These are the lights, and for the people that get arrested or prisoners, they go on the back here. Do prisoners have to be handcuffed? Yeah, they do. It's very important. We don't want them to get out or anything like that. So somebody would have to go in the back seat here if they get arrested. It's not the biggest, but it works. So this is where somebody would go if they get arrested. Yeah, go ahead, climb on in there, see what it's like. Being a third grader is probably pretty easy to go in there, but our bigger people have a really hard time fitting in this thing. So that's my squad car. What do you think? Pretty cool, huh? But the fire department doesn't have this kind of stuff. No, that's what I thought. All right, up on out.
So thanks for coming, third graders. I mean, this is the best tour you've probably had all day, right? What other tour did you have? Did the fire department do this to you? No, they didn't. They didn't do a virtual tour. If they did, All right, well, come on, either way, come on. So thanks for coming out. We're here if you need us. So if you ever need anything, what number do you call if you need us in an emergency? Yeah, you remember, 911. Yeah, all right, come on. Okay. So we'll send you back out into the world there. No, come on. No, do you got a quarter? Okay, then come on out. All right, thanks for coming, kids. All right, don't pick on the second graders. All right. Hey, so we wanted to take a final second to thank your awesome teachers for helping get this together and for all the work that they do throughout the year. Mr. K, Mrs. Rudder, Mrs. Grisman, Mrs. Kanitz, Mrs. Mortfed, Mrs. Endries.
Miss Kelly, Mrs. Frost, Mrs.
That's Garvin.
Garvin.
Can you read that?
I can't read your writing.
Okay.
Mrs. Larson, Mrs. Bauer, and Mrs. Herkert. Thank you very much.
So we hope you enjoyed your virtual tour here today, kids. Remember, tally up your points. Let your teacher know how many points you got. And have a safe day, I guess.
Maybe we'll see you in once all this blows over. Come on in and we'll walk you through.